Good morning. Hello. Hello.
Huh?
Good morning,
Hello.
madam. Hello. Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Obaid.
Uh, thank you.
Okay. Okay,
So,
welcome.
thank you. Thank you. My voice
Uh,
is clear.
your voice is yeah, your voice is
Just
clear, and but we are
okay.
not able to see you.
Okay. Okay. Just 1 minute. I am just open the camera.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. How are you, madam?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Thank. Fine. Fine. Thank you for inviting me in this event. And
Okay.
this congratulations for your events and also for your future events. Up to be
Thank
is
you. Thank you.
continuous with cooperation with you.
Sure, sure, sure. So,
Okay.
I welcome you to our today's session. So, we are going to start it very shortly. So, welcome back all the participants, all the viewers. So, today's speaker is Dr. Ahmad Obaid. He will speak on a particular very, I mean, very current topic, that is web content mining challenges and future development. As all of you know, web mining can be organized into three main areas: web content mining, web structure mining, and web usage mining. And he will be speaking on web content mining. As all of you know, web mining is the application of data mining techniques to discover patterns from the World Wide Web. So, based on the topology of the hyperlinks, web structure mining will categorize the web pages and generate the information such as the similarity and relationship between different websites. So he will speak on different challenges, what generally we face, and the future development, particularly on this field. So now over to Dr. Obaid. So you
Okay.
can carry on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Just let me to share my
Yeah,
presentation
can you
first.
introduce? I will just take 1 minute to introduce. Give a short introduction about you.
Okay.
Dr. Obaid is a creative lecturer at the Department of Computer Science, Faculty of Computer Science and Mathematics at the University of Kufa. He obtained his PhD in web mining and data mining from University of Babylon under advanced technologies in web mining techniques and applications. His main area of research is web mining techniques and application, image processing in the web platforms, and he is a guest editor in Open Computer Science, which is Scopus Index Journal, guest editor in Key Engineering Material, which is also a Scopus Index Journal, and also editor of many other journals. And he has published many research papers in his own field. So thank you. Now over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam, for this information. I will share my presentation first to check and confirm me, please, if is it okay.
Okay.
So now my presentation visible, please. Can you confirm me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for this invitation and allow us to talking about very important subjects at the current time. Today, we will talking about the web content mining challenges and the future development. Thank you to Professor Sujata for this introduction and give a small, brief introduction about the topics and about myself. Let me intimate myself for 1 minute. I am Dr. Ahmad G. Obaid. I am from Iraq, University of Kufa, lecturer in the Department of Computer Science. I have completed my MTech degree in JN2H Hyderabad, India, in 2010 to 2013. And I am working at that time on the data mining, in the MTech degree. After that, I completed my PhD in web content mining. I'm studying the web topology and web contents challenges and techniques. Today, we are talking about the content mining. Professor Sujata intimate small things about these topics. And today, we are going to talk about the following outlines. The definition of web content mining, classification of mining, problem statement, data mining vs web mining, what are the difference, web content mining techniques, and text and image mining, challenges in web structures, and representation the contents. So let us starting with the first slide about the web generally. In the web, all of you, they know the World Wide Web content, it will be increased in a regular manner. That means billion or more than billions web pages or contents created into internet and by anonymous users. That means everyone here in our life can create any page and insert any content there. So there is two different things. The first one is the web page itself can be categorized. That means can be detected by using title, by using keywords, by using small description. However, if someone would like to find this page, he will search about in the search engine about certain topics. He will find that web page. But some web pages or some content, it will be created to the internet environment without any kinds of knowledge, without any target information. So finding these kinds of information or finding the knowledge about these kinds of data, it will be difficult. Why? Because some things embedded in that structure of content, such as maybe images, audios, videos. So what are the process to find the knowledge? And the goal is to provide the access to query users. So this is our goal for content mining. Why we are going to search any kinds of information from the web, then discover the knowledge from different structure or different behaviors in data. So we are going to talk small or a brief introduction about the web mining. Web mining is classified into three classes, depend on the kinds of data you are dealing with. So web content mining is dealing with the content, real content that exists in the web page. Web page simply looks like the text document. It can be included the text and images, but in web there is different things. Why? Because some videos or audios may be included in the web page itself. So maybe someone using links to sharing videos or sharing images, sharing audios, maybe that's stored in different repositories on internet. So in web structure, no, this kinds of structure or this kinds of field sorry, is focused on the structure of the web page. That means if there's two page or more than two page linked between to each other, we this field focus on the what are the connections between this page and other pages. That means what kinds of links. Suppose if you are looking to analyze yourself and what are the connection between you and other peoples, so simply you are connected with or a certain list of peoples. That means you have a correlation with those peoples. So in data mining, the web page represented as a nodes, and the links, the edge, is the links between each node and other nodes. So what kinds of correlation? All of us, we have different kinds of correlation. Maybe let us imagine that we have 100% correlation with our close friends, but we have 70 for other a little bit far friends. So these kinds of field focus on this type of data. So the third one is web usage mining. It's focus on the registry or the logging data. That means if we are achieve any kinds of activity, there is simply one file record everything. It look like one person who written everything with us. So these kinds of data are actually useful for like our behavior, understanding our visitor behavior, navigation. For me and other users who browsing the contents around the world. So many companies like Amazon, like Netflix and others, analyzing these kinds of data to provide better services to their users. Why? Because if I am visiting, suppose, for example, visiting mobiles and searching about mobiles, and always I am looking for mobiles and their products. So next time, the mobiles pages only shown on me or intimate self to me. So that means we have fast ways to access our queries. Maybe I'm searching for certain kinds of mobiles. So the Amazon, what is doing? Amazon analyzing my activity in the past visitings, then provided me a recommendation system. For example, choosing my behavior and suggest me some fast links. Maybe you are looking for. So it will be good for me to access my looking information. So these kinds of techniques can be applied in different kinds of data available on the web environment. So let us go for the next slide. The problem statement. What is the problem statement in web content mining? Actually, the problem statement in web content mining is still there is no any official way, or let us say, official techniques to we are using it to discover the knowledge from different web sources. Let us explain these lines. Actually, in the web environment, there is different techniques to design the web. There is different ways to inject our information there in the web. Suppose some people they are using, for example, HTML pages. Some people know they are using PHP. Some other people they using different kinds of techniques, ASP. So these different techniques or to insert any kinds of information in web environment, it brings so many challenges to discover the knowledge from these pages. To why we are looking to discover knowledge from these pages? Actually, we are looking to provide access to our information. I am inject my information to sharing with all of you. So there is some techniques should be used to discover that knowledge and pretend that knowledge to other people who are looking for finding my information and using my information. Now all of us, we are using Google Scholar to inject our papers, ResearchGate, academia, and other services, academic services websites, to fast to using fast ways to finding our information. So when we are inserting our pages or our content generally, some web techniques or some web repositories ask us, please give a small description about your documents. Just to confirm me, my voice is clear?
Yes, your voice is
Great.
very clear.
So some techniques, some web techniques ask me, you please give us some description about your web pages or web content. I mean, I can insert any kinds of information. I can inject images, text, voice, videos. So all these techniques will using some pretend methods. So suppose if I would like to insert my paper, I have to write small description about my paper. Why? Because if someone searching about this content, he will find my paper in the Google search. So maybe I'm using keywords. Why we are using keywords? Because actually all the information injected into web environment should be described by some things, have the powerful to distinguish my content. So I have using keywords to fast access my content, so, such as my papers, my content, my articles, my posts, my opinion, anything. So I have to using. So most of the web techniques using the title that gives some weights to the title to provide fast access to my content. Some web techniques using keywords also, as well as the description. Why? To fast access my to my content by other users around the world. So let us thought about Google content. Actually, not all the contents available on internet analyzing by content. Suppose, for example, this is slide contains some 6 to 7 lines, for example. So some documents maybe in PDF, maybe inserted as an images, maybe someone injected documents as images, and there is no way to analyzing that text. Some web techniques using to character description or character detection to analyze these kinds of content, and some techniques really working on this manner. So if we are inject these kinds of information on the web, there is no way to describe. It should be described by users who will add that content to the web environment. So I have to describe by using all the keywords and title and other content. This is the problem. There is many or massive user around the world injecting their content without these facilities. So who can I find these contents? Really, it's difficult problem to retrieve all this information. I have to go because all the web mining techniques presented recently. It's not presented at the time when the internet connection started. No, it's presented recently because actually more information inserted into web day by day. So I have to analyze, for example, today billion of terabytes, tomorrow 100 billion, 1,000 billion, billion of billions contents, because day by day the contents in the web increased in massive way, in huge collection. So here the difference between using the data mining, between the topics of data mining and web mining. Actually, the content, I'm analyzing this through 7 important topics to be well understanding by listeners. If we are looking to data structure, actually when we are using data mining upon our data, that data should be comes in structured way. It's either maybe structured, either comes in tables, in lists or something like that. But in web mining, no, the data comes in structured, semi and unstructured content or forms. So this is the difficulty of using web mining in the field of internet, or sorry, in the field of web. The web mining simply is using the data mining in the web content. So there's a difference in the meanings when applying these kinds of techniques in the web environment. For data access, all the data mining is applied upon data and offline data. But in web mining, no, we are using online. Suppose maybe you would like to searching about some content. So all the events happens online. That means we don't have offline data to be like analyzed well, then present or produce any suitable techniques to users. But here, no, we should think about like fast way to serve our peoples. Data storage, that means the data mining working on the data that's stored in data warehouse. But here, no, it's and web servers, and the complexity here, the web servers use different kinds of techniques to storing that pages, different kinds of databases used, and encryption, and that is the complexity exists in the web server itself. Amount of data here we can like describe the size of the information we handle in the web mining, so we can call it as a large. But here, no, big, and the new topic is massive, and some other topics after massive words, because day by day we should thought about word that brings us the perception of the data. That means today have billion of terabytes, tomorrow we have billion terabytes. We should describe these contents in different meanings, differ from like the words or the meanings before 10 or maybe 5 years. So application here we can using banking, government, and all these things here also, but in electronic model. Challenges here, the quality, we can address that some challenges here. The web context really it's not heterogeneous. It comes in different content, different styles. I have to analyzing these contents and brings or present very good knowledge from these contents. So really this is very difficult because there is no structure for data that available on the web. And techniques we can using like graph mining, web mining, text mining, any kinds of information in the web. Here I think everyone knows about the web mining techniques. So I am analyzing here all the techniques that use in web content mining and information extract. Actually, I am categorize all these techniques according to the types of data that exists in the web. So we have unstructured data. That means it's coming by default, like simple text embedded under the tags of web pages. Suppose that web page comes from ASP web page, PHP, HTML, any kinds of web page. So these contents actually embedded in that tags. I have to analyze this content, then extract the knowledge from content and provide very good description to the users. So here we have like 6 techniques under the unstructured content. The second category, in the structure. No, the way the content actually comes in the tables, list, or others. So I using different kinds of techniques could be provided here. So semi-structured, it's mixing between the above classes. So the content comes in structured and unstructured. That means table, and there is some information comes out of tables. So I have to analyzing this content, then provide knowledge. And multimedia, that means text in text document. It's not like I'm attaching that content as a links, or maybe I'm uploading that content as a attached file. So how can I analyze these documents? Simply difficult. Why? Because I have to go for these contents and discover kinds of knowledge provided in certain kinds of information or inform. Text is different from image, different from audio, different from video. Now, let us imagine how can we find videos in YouTube. Simply, there is no techniques to analyzing the content in, under or inside any web, any videos in the YouTube. But simply, I'm using keywords or description. However, I'm consider all these contents to access my videos in web, suppose by using YouTube or any videos repository. So without these contents, I cannot access that videos. So it's really difficult to go for each video and analyzing what the actual content under that video. I have to using different multimedia techniques or image processing techniques to analyzing one by one, and this is take very much time from me for single video, so that it will be difficult to extract the correct knowledge. Suppose if I am using wrong description or wrong keywords for my video, and I am talking about sport, and my video is related to action movie. If someone searching about sport in YouTube, he cannot find my video. So that is the difficult here. How can I analyzing this video and providing very good knowledge, or I meant audio also, images, text, and all these things. So simply the main content in the web page is the text, because that text comes in different forms of maybe structure, semi-structure, and all these things. So how can I analyze the content of web pages? Simply all the information in web environment present to my site as a web page. I have to go for any browsers and type some things. Then that information comes through the search engines to me as ranked web pages. So I have to go and analyze that web page. Let us talk about the content. How do we analyze these contents? So simply, we are applying the text mining techniques to analyze these contents. Here, the web page processing. Actually, these kinds of techniques used in traditional data text documents and in web also. But here we are inserting some other techniques because there is different forms of web pages pretend in this situation. And then I am transform the text into useful meanings and to extract the knowledge and applying the data mining techniques upon that content. So here, let us thinking about the content. For example, if some images exist in that web pages, some videos, some audios, and some other contents, how do we analyzing these contents and provide very good description for the users who are interested to find these contents? It's really difficult to do that, but simply we can using for example, we are analyzing the text what is the meanings of that text, what are the keywords that frequently used in that web documents. So at that time, sorry, just I am my power. Just 1 minute, please.
So sorry for the inconvenience. He'll be online in 2 minutes. Please stay on.
Hello.
Yes.
I
Yeah, you
am
can carry on.
okay.
Welcome
Okay. I am
back.
so sorry. Yeah, so sorry for disconnect. Actually, this is the first time this issue present in my webinar on
Okay, all
online
right.
webinar.
There is no problem.
Okay. Just I have
Okay.
this issue in my presentation. Just 1 minute, please.
Sure. Okay.
I'm sorry, so sorry for the who attend my session. I'm so sorry for delay them for preparing my computer. Uh, okay, I will start sharing my presentation.
Yes.
Okay, now presentation visible.
Not yet.
No. Yes.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
okay, so. So I think we are stopping here. Uh, let us back to our topic. For analyzing different contents in web pages, I have to using first or the primary level the text mining techniques in upon web page. Why? Because if I am using, for example, or I am inject videos or images in that web page, and there is no description about these web pages, so I expect there is a text that could be useful to give me a small description about these web pages, about videos or images or audios that link it in this web page. So the main technique used, it's simply text mining for upon web pages. So why I am doing like that? Because so many resources exist in web environment without any description, without any labels. So I am using these techniques to give description about this content. Then it will be easy to be accessed by other internet browsers and users around the world if I am doing these kinds of techniques. Because what is the challenge? The challenge is there is no exist technique can analyzing the video and give me like knowledge in short time. I have to go for text, then I am expect there is a good knowledge that exists in that text. So after applying text mining technique, I have to go for small details regarding the web page. Actually, the text formatting in the web page comes under the web tags. That means here the normal text document, traditional text document. So we are simply detect that title of text document actually presented in the top of page. But here, no, we have to go for tags. Maybe there is some lines here for coding information for web page codes. Then there is a tag refers to web manage. So I have to go for these tags also. But here this situation cannot be applied here. Why? Because there is no tax, simply no tax. Here, no, we have to go for a long of tax. I just make comparison between two documents, the same document in text file and the same document in web page. In text file, 100 lines comes, but in web page, thousands, 12, I think 1,012, 200, 300 is like that. 1,300 lines is the same documents. So I have to go for these tags, analyzing and discard unusable tags and consider that usable tags, and we'll go for long process for text pre-processing in the web pages. But in the text document, traditional text document, all the situations cannot be applied there. Why? Because simply we are going to text and tokenize that text and analyzing this content according to the indexing, frequency, or anything else. But here, no, we have to go for different tags and analyzing which tag is important, which tag is not important. Some tags may be missing, some tags may be inserted out of my library. So I have to go for these tags and insert it into library. So the difficulties actually present in this situation. So another techniques used in web content mining is image pre-processing or image mining. What we can present in image mining. Actually, we are analyzing the content of these images. Suppose if you find some images in web pages, there is exact techniques actually applied recently, analyzing that content in that images. For example, logos, some text in that images, maybe some information in the header of that images. It's used for indexing and retrieval process, or at least to classify or clusters that images with similar images that present the same contents. But some images maybe, all of you know, the images maybe contain some noise, or maybe it's plotter. I cannot recognize that content by using image processing techniques. I have to go for header. Maybe I find some information there, or maybe on the tags of images. What are the tags? But there is no useful description for these images. How can I analyze that content, then extract some knowledge? So if someone searching about information related to the images itself, all of you maybe insert some content in web environment and present some images there, but no one can find that image. You have to go for text and write something related to the text, then find that documents and maybe senior images in that documents or in that content. But if you are inserting some images, how can someone find that images? He have to go for image processing techniques, maybe upload one image similar to your image, and for example, go for histogram analyzing and all these things to measure the similarity between images. But if you are query about image, maybe your result it will be presented, but another results also present. But maybe you are using different image for the same scene, but different image, I mean different pose, different illumination, different position. So I think there is difficulty to find your images or your looking content. So actually this present to us very hot topics to go for web. Why? Because actually there is so many information or so much information, suppose for COVID-19 information, so many information wrong, so many information correct. Which information is good, which information is not good. So how can we analyzing the websites or content or web pages that talking about COVID-19? So simply here I brings two examples about web pages. If we are looking to this page, Actually, here the header of that web page. That's mean what the techniques and some libraries used to present this web page in different web browsers. We are simply using different web browsers. Some people using mobile, some using laptop, and on those devices, different web browsers used. Maybe Internet Explorer, Firefox, or maybe Google and Safari and all others. So how to how this browsers present this information in front of you. So we have to go for web techniques and conclude some codes maybe in the upper or pillar of that content. So this is the situation actually present in web page. So later we are talking about how to analyzing this content maybe in next seminars. But here, if you are going to analyze this web page, actually you are find that the useful content here of 3 lines or maybe 6 lines, 7 lines under the tags of HTML page. So we have to go for analyzing this content. Then we are discovering the knowledge. But how about this? No, all these other contents will be discarded for in the pre-processing. But I have to understand this information before I am discard. Why? Because maybe some tags brings to me some or useful information. Suppose maybe keywords, or maybe small description, or maybe header of these pages, header of some images, header of some videos. Why? Because if we are inserting some links to images, videos, or any other content, simply we are using link description. Maybe it's not 100% exist this text in our web pages, but maybe some content present in this in these tags, so I can analyzing and extract knowledge from that document. Then I am re-describe that document in web environment. Why we are looking to these techniques? Because to analyzing the contents, simply to analyzing the content in web page, to provide very good manner or very good techniques to retrieve that information to other peoples who are looking to find this information through the web. So here, this formatted document in web page. If we are go to content of this web page, simply we are find here title, maybe header tags. This is formatted one, but some documents not formatted. There is different words talking about this. We called that web page is labeled. What's the meaning of labeled? That means there is tags, there's description, keywords, and title of these web pages. So we are called to these web pages labeled web pages. But some web pages not labeled. There is no tag, no title, no anything. Only content in random way, and they're talking about some things. So how can I analyze these contents? I have to go for these contents and analyzing the meanings of the words. Simply I am using semantic analysis in many situations through my content. So here we are applying one technique. For example, this is just to be understood by others. Maybe some researchers applying terms. That means what the important terms exist in each page. Maybe if we are looking to this page, to this web page, so let us go for terms that using there. Maybe I am using the header term, or maybe that header exists or not exist, but I am just given terms that using terms simply words, single words. Maybe I have to go for another challenge is there. I have to go for these words and removing tags of HTML pages, removing any addition to that words, maybe ing, ed or something. So I have to go for text ontology and applying all these techniques. But if I am using these words simply by tokenize the text and discard the stop words and other illegal words, so I am given some certain list of words describe these documents. Then I am listed these documents in table, two-dimension table, and listed the pages in that table in the rows ranking. Then I will measure the weights. Maybe the weights is the number of frequency of that words in that documents. Maybe I am using different meanings. Unique words, maybe described words. So I am using different techniques here too. This is only some people maybe, or some researchers maybe know they're using graph representation. They represent the words by web pages by nodes, and the connection between web pages, the age of words. What are the words that used between or sharing between or among these pages? So there is different perception. It depends on the situation and application of your content. What kinds of information you are looking for. So you simply looking for different environments. Here I am just bring one example. I applied this example in clustering model. I am here brings some websites. It's not web pages. Why? Because I made in the past co-clustering. That means I am made a pre-processing upon the web pages, then upon website itself. But there is simple information. If someone in our presentation looking to analyze certain content in the web page, actually we are human. If we are looking to these contents, we can understand that content is talking about certain things. But how to provide this perception to machine? I have to go for techniques in text mining and other mining techniques so present in previous slides. I have to analyze these contents. Then I provide very good manners to retrieve the information actually in that web pages. Or maybe I have all documents, suppose maybe thesis, lectures, books, and that not described well in internet or in web environment. So I have very good description about this content. So if I looking to a billion of pages or billion of contents that not described well in previous, so that means I have thousands here for applying my perception. If I am doing that by myself as a human, I can understand what I am read. But actually this process is very difficult to us. We have to go for web techniques and analyze these contents and provide, for example, libraries. Librarian actually doing his perception by go to one by one and analyze that books by labels or stickers or something. But if these contents actually already exist in the internet, in the web environment, so how can we analyze these contents? Simply I have to go for digital techniques and analyze these contents and provide very good information retrieval situation to others. Here I am applying only that techniques to present some information to our listeners. I am here analyzing I think 200-300 plus pages. Here I am just using the keywords and applying text mining techniques about this web pages. So finally I got very good perception by using web mining techniques. Why? Because I am go for this pages, this cluster that grouping together the pages that talking about similar topics. So simply I find these pages talking about sports, or maybe talking about my university, maybe talking about some events related to certain person or certain college. So how can I find this? Simply, I am find this by analyzing the text or content inside these web pages. Then, after I got this knowledge, I can now make good description on these pages and bring keywords according to the knowledge that is extracted from these web pages. Then it will be easily accessed by other users who using internet connection and browsing about this web page. Maybe in the past they cannot find these pages, but in the future they can access to these pages and provide, and also to get very good knowledge from the content of these pages. So here the useful of using web content on the web pages that are not labeled before, or maybe that are not exist. So many people post in Twitter and Facebook and Instagram or any other social media, but why so many researchers working on a tweet data set, or maybe in Reuters news, or maybe in other data sets? Because to extract knowledge, I think so many companies and mobile companies searching for the text that transmitted among users to understand the behavior, or maybe to understand the maybe the culture of humanity. So many people's maybe analyzing the post of Indian, Iraqis, or any other countries, to analyzing what are the contents frequently accessed or frequently posted by users. So there is no limit for applying web mining techniques upon the web environment. Here I am using different situation. No, here we are analyzing the websites that exist in my country. I am just selected, I think, 200-300 websites, but I am just here plotted only limit list to be analyzed well, or to be understood fast by listeners. So here we are analyzing these websites according to the content of their web pages. Each website may be conclude 100 plus web pages. So I am using a web crawler to catch offline copy, then go for web mining techniques and analyzing these contents. So simply, this is the situation I am doing in websites. So here I can find the information related to these sites. These websites are actually talking about most common techniques or most common contents. So suppose these websites, educational websites, maybe institutes, universities, maybe colleges, or any other things. So they are talking about maybe communication technologies or computer science technologies. Actually, in the actual manner, these websites are or belongs to computer science colleges. So simply talking about different techniques and from others. So this is the useful of web content mining upon the websites itself. So what are our conclusions? Actually, data mining techniques with complex and structured data stored in different web environment. Really, these techniques play very important role to extract knowledge. The second thing, term-based concept could be provide very efficient manner. I'm just testing this one upon web pages to provide very good, based on the result. I'm in the previous slides. I'm using term-based weight to give in weights to these terms. Then it will be easy access to that web page and give very good description. Why? Because I am go for that web page and read the content by myself. Then I find that the keyword extracted from that web page itself really talking about the web page itself. So these kinds of situation could be applied very good in our analyzing. Also, I am applied lattice semantic analysis. Lattice semantic analysis is very good in web content because it's applied upon the semantic of the words, then applied very good description about web pages because extract that words and applying mathematical models to extract very good semantic results from these web pages. Because why? Because so many web pages at the current time created by using content management system. There is no, if someone want to create some page in internet or in web, simply he is not designed. He go to certain web site and create his account, then writing something. So there is content management system on that places, and he simply just writes something or inserts something or attaches something. The fourth, and actually some algorithms I'm analyzing in different presentation. What are the algorithms could be useful for when applying web mining? Because so many algorithms applied on text, traditional text, or traditional documents, could not be applied for web because different content exists in web that brings different or maybe algorithms. It should be going for different kinds of algorithms that applied in web mining but not applied in the data mining. Future work, maybe if someone looking for future work upon the web content mining, he can develop pre-processing step because so many tools at the current time suffer from tags of different tags that exist. If you are prepared one dictionary, for example, today, you cannot prepare dictionary for forever. No, because different techniques exist day by day in web pages. But in traditional documents or in traditional web data mining, there is no only in the structure. But here, no, on the techniques and tags and all these things. So pre-processing is very important for analyzing the content of web. Feature generation models. So many people, they are using maybe vector space model, maybe using graph model, but still these techniques maybe also lack. Why? Because we have to go for another kinds of or techniques to generate good features. Why? Because maybe the words that used to describe this document is not correct. How do we extract knowledge from these models? So we have to think much and much to classify web pages according to the feature that generated from these web pages. Image mining system also lack from time complexity, because simply we are go to image and applying data, image processing techniques and go for long pre-processing step till we are extract knowledge. And just applied one data mining system upon logos detection. I am analyzing the web images based on logos and give that images a small description according to the logos. But I have to go for and build my library because I have to go for so many, maybe billions of logos that exist around the world and apply so many techniques to process. Then I give some tags to these pages. Web usage data also is useful. Why? Because we are looking on the content, but what are the correlation between the users who are using web pages? Because those users actually using some words to access that content. So I have to connect these techniques or connect those partners in very tight connection to provide very good knowledge to users who are browsing about these contents. So there is very strong correlation between the users who are browsing these contents and the content itself. And the time efficiency also for process so many content in web pages, because the web page simply contain thousands, maybe lines, but in traditional documents, no, there is no any extra content. I mean maybe there is no text, no any coding information, no anything else. But in web pages, no, all this content inserted upon the actual content. So I have to go for efficient algorithms, efficient techniques to reduce the time and apply that techniques in efficient way. So scalability and robustness. Actually, the web page is designed by different techniques. I have to go for different behavior or different formats of these web pages, then extract knowledge from these web pages. I have to go for and understood so many techniques before I go to web content mining. So the design play here a very important role. And the perception actually to brings good meanings about that. I have to go for perceive that information extracted from each web page. What is the meanings of that? I meant maybe that information extracted from each web page could bring different meanings from the actual contents. I have to go for I have to go for actual content and extract actual keywords, or maybe suppose someone writing very long documents about talking about, for example, BCA, but there is one word or two words talking about LCA. So I have to analyze these words as the recognition words. So these the difficulties actually exist in web content. Finally, I am sorry to take all of you in maybe long description about the web content, but I hope I present something useful to all of you to analyze this situation of our web environments. So I'm so sorry for interconnection before this situation, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Obaid, for a very good presentation. So now let me take some questions from the participants. So the first question, is it legal to acquire the content of websites, and what techniques and tools used to acquire web page contents?
Okay. Actually, if we are capture any contents from the web, we have to go for web crawlers. Crawlers using offline mode, to capture each page in lifetime. Actually, these crawlers, some crawlers used by USA, that agency CAI. If anyone go for CAI crawlers, he will find different crawlers versions. One crawler able to process million pages. I am using them their web crawlers to analyzing my website. But if you are looking to yourself, maybe I am not allowed to you to analyze my website. So you are doing this process in illegal. So you have to take permission from any websites if you are looking for research works. But the software used is web crawlers. I think if someone is searching about this and focus on the CIA, that USA agency, he will find one software talking about my topic now. In my thesis, I am messaged to them and take their permission to using their web crawlers, and they are sent to me license code to using their software. Because I am analyzed I think 100 to 200 terabytes at that time. So this is the answers of that question.
Okay. Next question. What is the role of NLP in web mining?
Natural language preprocessing. Actually, these techniques are very close to web. Why? Because we are using the same text. Why we are using natural language preprocessing in traditional text documents? It's simply to analyze that contents. But in web also the same. We are analyzing this, but you have to develop that natural language preprocessing tools. Why? To conclude and to insert techniques that talking about web pages and to preprocess the tags, million or billions different tags in web pages. So the same techniques could be applied, but in different manner. You have to develop that techniques.
Okay. So next question. Are web scraping and web mining same thing?
No. Scrapping is a part of web mining.
Right.
You are just focused on subfield in web mining, because web mining comes in huge techniques or in huge manners. This one, or maybe conclude a huge field. This one only field in web mining.
Okay. So next question. With respect to web video mining, is it possible to detect visual objects using meta objects?
What I am not have your question is it talking about video or
Yes. Web video mining. Is it
web video
possible to
mining?
detect visual objects using meta objects?
Okay, actually to analyze videos in the web, I think this is very hot topic. Why? Because in the web video, you have to analyze frame by frame by using image. I am just expect that videos could not include any tags, any description, anything else. Is that real? The question of your
Okay.
yeah. So that's that. I have to go one by one. But to analyze that content and what are the content of each frame, then brings tags or maybe. But to analyze these contents, if I'm suppose there is some meta content on that web page or on that video, sorry, when that video is created on web pages, so it is very good to analyze videos and make description about these videos, because I'm talking about web pages. Suppose someone creates images and gives small description or metadata or small metadata on that web page to be accessed by users. So 100% it's useful to access these videos or media content from browsers.
Okay. And last question. Will you like to give some suggestions to those who are new to this research area?
Yeah, some suggestion. Actually, many exist tools in, at the current time. Do not pretend any good perception. I am go for 100 plus tools that exist in internet and provided by many companies to analyze that content, but I couldn't find any technique that provides what I am talking about, because this is very hot challenge. This is a challenge to us. Why? Because if you are thought about to analyze these kinds of web pages and created by a certain technique, after some days or maybe after a certain time, you will find different techniques and different contents actually created to these web pages. So my suggestion is to go for pre-processing.
the text of web pages. Why? Because pre-processing is the most important step in web mining. Why? Because the text is the same, but the tags and the techniques to present that text to me different from which. But if I'm looking to certain documents, for example, a document, that a document in day by day, it's the same content, but the tags and the techniques that used in web or in the techniques present that that a document in different manner. So I have to go for pre-processing steps and focus on the pre-processing steps, how to develop my pre-processing steps, how to percept the meanings or knowledge extracted from that web pages. So I think the pre-processing step is very important step of someone looking to this area.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Obaid, for your insightful lecture.
Thank you.
And many of our participants must have got a lot of take-home stuff to start or to pursue their research work. And so I would like to thank from on behalf of all the participants and from North Orissa University, Baripada, India. So thank you,
very much.
Thank you for giving your time.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you. All the best. All the best. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
So coming back to our next session, so I would like to inform all of you, we are going to start our next session by Professor Ganapati Panda at around 2:30, exactly at 2:30 p.m. So I request all of you should log in 10 minutes before to watch his lecture. Thank you all.